Hey guys, welcome back to the backlog. It's me, your man, Frozen Breeze, here once again to start off another amazing playthrough. Your man, the Dorumon, who has way too much spit in his mouth for some reason. One sec, there we go. Either way, welcome back to the backlog. Frozen Breeze, here once again to play another amazing video game. At least, let's hope and say it's going to be amazing. And here today, I'm starting a new Let's Play on Monster Hunter 2. Recently, I just completed my Let's Play of Demon Souls, which was definitely an extremely tough fucking game, but extremely rewarding at the end of it. So, I was just like, I played a really hard game. It's time to punish myself even further. Recently on the channel, I also completed my, first Let's Play of a Monster Hunter game. I played Monster Hunter 1 on the PS2, on an actual PS2, which was a ton of fun as well, though extremely, extremely painful just due to the fact that the controls for the game were definitely a hampering point of having a ton of fun with it, but even with the controls being as they were in the first game, I still had a shit ton of fun with Monster Hunter 1, and that's just inspired me to play even more Monster Hunter games. So, this time around, we're playing the sequel to Monster Hunter 1, or I guess more of the direct sequel, that being Monster Hunter 2, which came out in 2006, only in Japan. Yes, this is one of the very few Japanese-only Monster Hunter games. And you may be wondering, Frozen Breeze, you don't even know English, right? How can you even understand a game that's only in Japanese? Well, if you paid attention at the very beginning of the video, you saw that this is actually a English fan translation. Yep, somebody went out there and translated the entirety of Monster Hunter 2 into English for fans to play, which is pretty fucking awesome, which, that means, since I'm still playing this on real hardware, I'm still playing this on a PS2, which means I had to use a hard drive to use, but I do own the original discs, so, therefore, hopefully Capcom doesn't come after and shove a fucking giant law dildo up my ass, but you never know with that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm planning on playing the entire way through Monster Hunter 2. I played almost all the way through Monster Hunter 1 and had a fucking amazing time, so I wanted to go into this one. And this one's very interesting as a lot of new things were added mechanically to Monster Hunter. Not all things were taken to later games, but there were a lot of very interesting mechanics introduced in. The full name of this game is Monster Hunter 2 DOS, which I may refer to it as DOS. But a lot of things were added in DOS that weren't always taken forward into the future, but a lot of things were. And to say that I do, like I said, I'm playing this on real hardware, and I have some pretty cool stuff to show you because I'm not just playing this on real hardware. I'm playing this on real hardware almost the entire way the game is intended. I'll talk to you guys about it later, but either way, enough about us talking with each other and watching the beginning cutscene. We need to go ahead and get this shit started. I don't know what's up with that guy, but he seems like he's going to be pretty cool. Either way, Monster Hunter 2 DOS. Don't ask why it says DOS. It's just like a weird naming moniker. Either way, here's the menu screen. As you can see, we've got New Game, create a new character and start the game. Continue, select from your existing characters, continue where you left off. The gallery, which is much like the gallery from Monster Hunter 1, just allows you to watch a bunch of cutscenes. Options, which we are most definitely going to take a look at. Network options, which for us is actually going to be pretty goddamn important at some time. Adjust network-related settings, and connect. Connect with a PSP that has Monster Hunter portable character data. So, very interestingly, the Monster Hunter series kind of has two, divided sections of it. There's the console versions, which is Monster Hunter 1, Monster Hunter G, which is one that, it also only came out in Japan, but is just a further updated edition of the first Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter 2, then other ones that go even further. While there's a separate sect that is the Monster Hunter Portable, or Monster Hunter Freedom, as it's known in our country, or at least if you're not living in America, you ain't living nowhere. You always live in America, right, viewer? But yeah, the portable ones, or the Freedom games, are just the PSP versions, which are very interesting because they're the ones that implement a more modern control scheme for the series. But if I had Monster Hunter portable data, I could go ahead and transfer it over to, DOS. But I don't got that. I want to go in completely free, so we won't mess with that. But I do want to go ahead and look at our options. Also, I gotta remember, since this game is Japanese, just doing the English translation doesn't switch one thing, and that's circle is confirm, X is back. I gotta go ahead and remember that. Either way, we can look at the game settings, which just mess around with vibration. We can mess with the text size. Set how the camera operates when scoped. I don't think I really need to deal with that. Camera style. Set how the camera operates during initial gameplay. Oh, that just inverts it. I do not want that. Camera movement type. Set how the camera operates while aiming a bow or bow gun. I don't really have to worry about that. So, game settings not all that useful. We've got sound settings, background music, sound effects music, quick load. Turning this option on simplifies the character select setting, reducing load times. I don't really think that it matters. Screen alignment and brightness. Not really much to mess with here in the options menu, but I want to go ahead and take a look just because we always do. The other option I want to look at is network options. So, very interesting. I already talked about it during my playthrough of the first game, but a lot of the big parts of the Monster Hunter games is the multiplayer facet. Now, yes, old PS2 games did have multiplayer modes, which is fucking out there. The PS2 and the Xbox were some of the most well-known first internet-adapted consoles. There were game consoles that came out beforehand that had internet capabilities, but were nowhere near as widespread as the PS2 and the Xbox. And, well, I gotta tell you, somebody was crazy out there and figured out how to put back up the servers for old Monster Hunter games. I talked about it during my MH1 Let's Play, but there are fan private servers that exist for Monster Hunter 1, Japanese version, Monster Hunter G, and Monster Hunter 2, Dose. So you can actually play these games online, and the funny thing is, I've been waiting on this Let's Play to get 2 items. I needed to get an actual PS2 internet adapter and a SATA mod for that internet adapter, and guess what? I got both. So we can actually play the online mode on this game, which is fucking wild. So this network options page actually is important to us. So net file auto load setting, it pretty much just switches how you can choose your network settings. I've already had them all set up, but once we get to the online mode, I'll go ahead and explain it all. Let's see, use last connection. If on, the last successful net file will be used. I mean, you'd probably want to keep that on. Delete login ID. Delete ID and password from your net file. You don't really use, the way that the modern, fan server uses, you don't need to use this option. Then add or edit connection settings just allows you to fuck with the connection settings, which we'll mess with later. Either way, just know we actually have access to the online mode, which is going to be pretty fucking awesome. Either way, enough talking with me. Let's go ahead and start this game up. First decision. Do we have a dick or do we have a vagina? I don't know, man. I got a vagina today. I have a vagina today. Wow. I didn't know you could make a decision like that. Well, I can. Either way, what name should I choose for this valiant character that we are going to have? Last game's character was called Frozen. I guess I'll just call... there is a separate part of my name. There is a separate part of my name, and it's just... Breeze. There we go. His character shall now be known as Breeze. I thought that said Breezel. I was like, what the fuck's a Breezel? Either way, now there are a lot more options to customize our character. If you remember last time, the options for customizing our character were not as in-depth. And it's nowhere near as in-depth as modern games, but we do have a lot more options. So we can mess with our style, which just changes what? Changes what type of clothes we start out with. If you recognize these look pretty goddamn familiar. Also, I didn't know I had that much of an ass. Then again, we did have quite an ass in the first game. But yeah, now we can decide if we don't want to wear outright underwear. So, which mode should I pick? I kind of like Type 2. Type 2 kind of reminds me of Skies of Arcadia. Everything reminds me of Skies of Arcadia for some reason. Then I can mess with my face. And the interesting thing about this is you can actually filter your skin color and the messing around of your face. It's all very interesting. Let's see. I guess I'll go tan. Soft, normal, or sharp? You gotta go sharp. I'm a sharp man. Or a sharp woman. Let's see. No options match these settings. Please reconfigure settings. Okay, so this should be fine. So it pretty much just shows you this is the only option you have for that one option. So if I went ahead and chose maybe just white, I'd have multiple options. Oh my god, all these faces suck. This face is scary looking. I look like a goth. Maybe I need to make myself into a goth chick. That'd be fucking just weird. Okay, well, if we're gonna make goth chicks, we need to have long hair. You need bangs. And then, I'm fine with whatever goes here. So what are my options? So, I mean, that is a bit of a goth chick look. I'm like, oh god. Now you can't see my eyes. You can never see what Breeze is thinking. She's hidden behind the eyes. I like that idea. If we're gonna be a goth girl, you gotta go fucking all in on that shit. And then I can mess around with my color. I mean, we're goth. We have to go black. You're going black, man. Let's see. So I can just mess around with, like, any color in the world, but I'm just gonna turn my hair, like, completely black, like pitch black. Jeez. I don't know why I'm making a goth chick. You know, goth mommies? Just what you need. Damn, I don't look like I should be wearing these clothes. This style doesn't fit her. None of the styles really fit her. We'll keep it as this. Alright, and then we can mess around with our voice. I guess we'll sound like an adult. And, we'll sound very powerful. So let me see. What are our options? I want to sample it. They all sound so similar. I'll choose this one. Voice 9 is a go. Now we have our character. This is Breeze, the goth chick who wants to kill all the monsters in the realm. Good backstory. Good backstory. Yes, I will save this character. Network mode is available unless the game is saved. I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense. If you can't save your game, then you can't really use the network mode. You wouldn't even be able to get to it at that point. Either way, the story of Breeze shall be an epic one, as she has to follow in the footsteps of Frozen from the first game. My names are either ever just Frozen or Breeze. It's like, I never really come up with anything special. All my friends come up with fucking really dumbass names, and I just have, like, basic shit. Alright. Welcome to the world of Monster Hunter. Ooh, is he checking me out? Don't check me out, man. I'm bad news. Or maybe you're just checking out all those logs. Pumpkins. Sorry, I had to say something. Or else the rapping pumpkin would have killed me. That is a beautiful mustache. Also, there seems to be, like, no dialogue in these cutscenes, which is great for me because I can just talk over them. Grandma. Grandma's telling me to get off her property. Thank God. Oh. You have a very weird set of nose and ears, random person. I wonder who you are. We're going to see that loading screen a lot. Just thought I'd let you know. That loading screen is going to be all over the game. And this loading screen, too. Ooh. Well, here I am. I'm finally here. You finally awake. Or what is it? You're finally awake. That's it from Skyrim. Anyway, I guess this is the Jumbo Village Chief. He looks a lot more, what do you call it, spry for being a chief than the chief of Kokoto Village. So, should I choose a voice for him, or should he just be normal? Well, he does look like an elf. Ah, welcome. Welcome to our little Jumbo Village. You heard about our need for hunters and decided to answer the call, right? That's perfect. We've been hoping for a skilled hunter to stay and protect the village. Welcome, welcome. Without a hunter to protect our village, I'm not sure we could even grow. Oh, of course, by hunting here, you can also build your reputation as an ace hunter. At least, that's what some hunters are after, I think. In any case, would you mind introducing yourself to everyone in the village? I'd sure love to meet you. See, in a village this size, we've all got to work together. Have a bit of a walkabout, eh? See what we have to offer. And if you find the instructor, he can teach you the basics of hunting, in case you need a refresher. Ah, one last thing. There's a house with a green roof. Have you seen it? I've set up some basic furnishings there for a hunter. Please make yourself at home. There you'll find a feline, or how do you say that? Feline? I think it's just meant to be feline. There you'll find a feline to help cook and clean. They mentioned they had a housewarming gift for you. So don't be shy. The place is yours. Ah, but of course, here's a signing bonus as promised. I'm sure I speak for everyone when I say we look forward to working with you. Damn, well, I just walked into a random village I didn't even know existed, got talked up by the fucking mayor, and he was just like, alright, here's a job, here's a place to stay, here's a fucking starting bonus. Talk to everybody. Damn. I wish it was this easy in real life. Anyway, this is Jumbo Village, which is going to be our home starting from this game. As you can see, it is, well, I'd say it's way better than Kokoto Village, but Kokoto, well, that place sucked in general, so it's not like you can get much better than that. Or I'm like, it's much easier to get better than that. But yeah, Jumbo Village has much more of like a, kind of like a palm, kind of island kind of feel. But this place, I kind of dig this place. It's way bigger than Kokoto Village and has a lot more fucking like life in it. There's cats hanging around. The Jumbo Village guy looks like an elf. There's just a lot of things to see, so guess I gotta walk around and introduce myself to everybody, if I can even see people. There is nobody down by the river. That sucks. Guess I'll talk to the market-savvy villager. My. So you're the latest hunters to decide to help us? Our chief, he really wanted to bring hunters here, but... Well, how do you find it here so far? Most newcomers leave before long. I think we're too isolated for them. You're the 10th hunter to respond to the chief's summons. What a shame. The bulletin board in the center of town has more information. Take a look. Hunter number 10. Damn. I guess they have a high turnover. What the fuck's going on here that people don't want to work here no more? Oh, forge granny. You're gonna have to be like an old grandma. Oh, we're gonna be like grandma. You gotta get the smoker voice. What are we working on today? What'd you say? Oh, you set your mind on being a hunter for the village. I knew the chief wanted to liven the place up. Calling a hunter, and well, here you are. Glad you made it. This village is so remote that hardly anybody stays for long. It's tough on business. So tough. I was nearly about to give up. I'm a lively granny, but when I picked up the hammer and tongs, I never knew there'd be so much running around. Certainly keeps me active, though. Anyway, after he found such unique monsters around here, the chief couldn't keep quiet. All he wants is to see this place thrive. If you find yourself settling in, stop by. I may just be a little granny, and this might be a second-hand forge, but we both pack a punch. From ore to bone, nothing's too tough for this granny. Don't call yourself that, man. Don't call yourself that. It's very creepy. Not even running up and down the forge. It's a funny thing because she, like, if you want to buy something from Granny, let's see. Welcome, dear. If you need equipment, just say so. I'll take care of it. This is where you can go ahead and buy and sell equipment. If you're ever on the hunt for new gear, you know where to find me. The funny thing is, if you run upstairs, she just runs. She's not down there anymore. She literally just booked it upstairs, which is funny. Welcome, dear. If you need equipment, just say so. I'll take care of it. And here, you can go ahead and craft armor, craft weapons, and craft decorations. Well, there's a lot of new things to talk about, and I'll talk about that later. If you're on the hunt for new gear, you get your fucking ass over here. Anyway, let me go ahead and see who else is around. Oh, there's a fat guy. The master shipwright. Ahoy there, little hunter. Have you noticed that big thing behind me? It's our village's ship. The chief must have sent you here to make sure you get your sea legs. Huh? What's that? Well, maybe she don't look seaworthy or anything worthy yet. There's still a lot of work to do, little hunter, but she'll be shipshape someday, don't worry. I have this dream, see? Me in this ship sailing down the river and beyond. I'd kick up my legs and let the wind take us across the world. What do you think, little hunter? Are you fixing to help the village first, or will you help me build the ship of my dreams? Be sure to be an interesting matchup. If you're a little landlubber like you is inclined to help, I'd love to have nothing more than to take you to see the world, too. Dang, okay. We can literally turn into a One Piece. That's great. Then, let's see. I guess there's this guy, the instructor. Ho, let's see. Ho, rookie. Are you human? You spooked me. Are you the newcomer to the village? I see. Allow me to introduce myself. Yo, I'm the instructor here. I run the Hunter's Dojo, where I train rookies into confident hunters. The Hunter's Dojo is a solo operation. I'd get anyone in hunting shape with my clever and enthusiastic regimes. If you're still finding your feet, try out my hunter basics. And just remember, in life, there are hunters, and then there are monster hunters. Okay? You decided to make a pun at me. That is not a good way to introduce yourself. What's up with the random girl here? Yes, welcome to our Jumbo Village. Wait, could you be... You're the new village hunter, right? Right? Of course you are. Actually, I just finished sorting out the quest paperwork. Furthermore, the chief asked me to post an important request. From this tavern, you should accept the jungle expedition. Give it your best shot and forage for items in the jungle around the village. Oh, and if you need something explained, you should go and see that rowdy instructor. Huh? Who? Oh, you'll know him when you meet him. Very interesting, very interesting. Well, I don't think I've talked to the cat yet. The Miarkit feline. Most esteemed... You know, it's got to be a little cat. We got to make a Morgana voice. Most esteemed divine customer. I puree, you'll find something you'll like, nya. From everyday treats to a hunter's most impertinent tools, my Miarkit has everything you need, nya. My nose told me I sniffed out a most profitable business venture here in this village, and my nose is never wrong, nya. Okay. And, let's see, there's this bulletin board. Let's see, what's on the bulletin board? Hunters Wanted, A Hunter's Life, Village Vistum. Village Vistum. That's a good couple of words. Village Wisdom, Jumbo Folk, and then Facilities and Services. Interesting, very interesting. Let's see, I guess I'll go ahead and check out my house, which is this thing. Dang, I mean, not as good as my one back in Monster Hunter 2, but we'll work with it. What's up with you, random cat? Chamberlain. Meowster! Welcome home, Meow. From now on, allow me to take care of you. It's a pleasure to meet you, Meowster. But a quick pause first. Let me tell you about your new home. Listen carefully. Right here is the bed, yeah? It's very simple to use. Simply stand by the foot of the bed and press circle. If you select save at your bed, your progress will be recorded, yeah? Good hunters save often. That large box on the door is the item box, yeah? You can deposit... I hate all your fucking puns, you little bitch. You can deposit your various spoils, items, weapons, and armor in there. If you want to change your armor or weapons... Sorry, I'm, like, messing with my chin. I had to, like, push in my Adam's apple to do, like, the fucking granny voice, so I hurt myself. This is also the place to do it, yeah? At the back of your house is a bookshelf. Make sure you peruse it later. Finally, let's talk about my favorite part, yeah? Eating. Dining before departing on a quest can give you all sorts of positive effects. Just have a seat at the table and select 2 ingredients. After I work my culinary meowgic with my little paws, I'll bring out your meow. Eat to your heart's content. It's not always simple, though. Some combinations of ingredients might give you an upset tummy with negative effects. Even always using the same ingredients can produce different effects depending on the season. I'll do my best to share my knowledge with you. I'm a skilled kitty, but I can't make a meal without ingredients. Take this, a heartwarming gift from me. It's positively my pleasure to serve. I got a tongue. Okay. But yeah, this is your home for Monster Hunter 2. You've got your bed to save, you've got your box to like put shit in, but the two new things that have been added is the bookshelf, which just tells you a bunch of random things, like little tutorials for everybody and a bunch of like listed stuff. And the other thing is this weird table. As the, Chamberlain already explained, there is a very new mechanic to this series. You can have the cats that just kind of live in your house make you food, and if you, choose the right combination, then they can make, a certain fucking food item that'll give you buffs for your next mission. So that is really important, and they also talked about something weird, which is seasons. I'll talk about that a bit later, but yes, in the item box, I can go ahead and just place this Popo tongue. You don't have a lot of storage at the very beginning of the game. If you want to go ahead and look at it, let's see, organized box. You only have one page. You had 2 pages back in fucking Monster Hunter 1, so we are even more limited than where we were in the first game, which is great. Also, we can just have, a very, very close look at, Breeze's very nice goth physique. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and head out for a second since we already checked out all this stuff. The first thing I got to do is decide on what kind of weapon I want to roll with, and there's a lot of new things here in Monster Hunter 2. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up with her. As you can see, there are a bunch of new weapons. So, if you remember, the only weapons that existed back in Monster Hunter 1 were the Great Sword, the Sword and Shield, slightly the Dual Blades, only slightly. The hammer, the lance, and the light and heavy bow guns, which are the only weapons that existed back in Monster Hunter 1's American version. The weapons that were added in this game are actually the longsword. They finally fully added the dual blades, something called a hunting horn, the gun lance, and finally just a regular bow and arrow. Now, there are so many weapon options in this game. What weapon option am I going to go with? Well, I'm going to do a bit of exploring, but I do have one that I want to go for immediately. So, for now, all of those extra, weapons aren't really available right now. The only weapons you have are kind of the, original weapons, and you actually have a version of the bow. The nice thing about looking at their previews now is that you can actually look at a picture of all of them. Looking at all their normal things, you can actually see what each one looks like. So you can have a look at, what a light bow gun looks like, what a heavy bow gun looks like, what a bow looks like, and just everything in between. So, you can look at a lot of different things in there. But for now, we don't have enough money to do kinda anything. So I guess for now, the best thing to do is to go ahead and hit up the Tavern Maid and grab a mission. Hey, hello. What a beautiful day it is today. Full of, huh? Oh, I see. You're heading off on another quest. First things first. Under the quest list, select the guild's choice. Okay. Yeah, the menu is a lot different in this game. We'll go over it later how it works, but for now, the only 2 options you have is guild choice and locale. Locale, this just allows you to, look at certain areas and what they have in them, but the guild's choice is where you select your mission. So, first mission, we have to explore the jungle, deliver 5 unique mushrooms, but there's a bunch of extra stuff beneath it. There is Subquest A, deliver 2 royal rhinos, and Subquest B, deliver 4 raw meat. The interesting thing about this game, which I'm not sure if a lot of the other Monster Hunter games have, but could just be in this game. It could be in the other ones, but it is the new addition of subquests during your, main quest. While you're, taking on certain monsters, you can also get, random extra things done, and they can add to, even more money. As you can see, you can get even more money out of doing those extra things. But either way, this is a mission from the Jumbo Chief. Get your bearings by finding 5 unique mushrooms. I'll also pay for the uncommon royal rhinos, sometimes found in flittering in the jungle brush. I mean, it's the only mission I have available to me, so I guess we're going to have to pick it up. Hey, this one's got no quest fee. How cool is that? So, does this quest sound good to you? I mean, it's the only one I can do, so I'll have to take it. Great. When you're ready, press circle by the bridge to set off. But be careful out there. I need you to come home safe, you hear? Well, if I end up being dead, don't worry about the house. You can sell it to somebody else. It just has a tongue in it. Either way, let's start off on our first mission of Monster Hunter 2. Very basic one, I would guess. Dang. Very beautiful. Though it seems like we're just in a beach. Some simple advice. Well, great that the fucking... great that the advice is back from Monster Hunter 1.
Oh, hello? Can you hear me? Before you begin, let me give you some advice. Listen well so we can both work hard to help our little jumbo village. Time flows ever forward in the world, you know. Huh? No, this has a point. I promise, just the basics first. If you depart on a quest during the day, your hunt will take place at day. If you leave at night, it will transpire overnight. All quests are like this.
Quests take place at time of departure.
Oh, is that all? How is it all moving so quickly? Well, that certainly is curious, but let's just focus on the hunt for now. With the day and night cycle, so too do locales experience changes.
Monsters, items, and even things like water level can change. The world is influenced by the time of day.
There are also seasons at play. The warm, cold, and breathing seasons. Each playing their part in influencing your hunts.
The world is influenced by seasons.
There are many monsters which only appear during certain seasons, so it's important to pay attention to our local ecology. Well now, I hope that wasn't too much said. If anything went unanswered, try asking the instructor. He's so very passionate about training new hunters. Anyway, see you back in the village after your hunt.
So yes, well, to go ahead and talk about it anyway, the new implementation in this game is the fact that there is a day and night cycle and there's a season cycle. These two things don't, at least to my knowledge, don't get taken forward into the series, but they're very interesting. They already explained it all, and it doesn't really need anything else, but we will be talking more about day and night changes and seasonal changes over time, but for now, we gotta talk about controls. So, you know the whole right stick from Monster Hunter 1? It's back. Yeah, this is not the game that changes the, control stick to not being the attack button. It is still the attack button. So the whole thing about using it to do different kinds of attacks, you better be prepared for it, as that is, that is the thing again. But either way, as per usual, I'm hoping at this point that you've already at least know something about Monster Hunter, or watch my Monster Hunter 1 playthrough, because I'll be talking about a lot of things from that, or not really going in depth on things. So make sure that you probably watch that. So either way, I'm going to go ahead and go to the supply box and pick up some new stuff. We got to pick up our maps, our wheat stones, our first aid, our rations. I guess we already get paintballs. I'm going to need this old bug net, and I guess that's just about it for now. Either way, this is a completely new area. This is the jungle area. If you remember the jungle from Monster Hunter 1, this is almost completely different. This is more like a tropical island, a tropical island than it is like a jungle. Also, the rest of the controls are pretty much the exact same. You run with R2. You can block with R1 depending on what weapon you're using. The right stick attacks, left stick moves. And, pretty much everything stays the same. So if you remember the control scheme from Monster Hunter 1, this is going to seem, pretty much identical. So be aware of that. It's the Stegosaurus. Die, Stegosaurus. Die! I killed you 5 million times in the first game, and I'm going to be doing the exact same again, because I like to do that a lot. Either way, this is the Apothenod, otherwise known as the Stegosaurus, because I like calling him the Stegosaurus. But either way, as per usual, you can, once you kill a monster, you can go ahead and rip their fucking body parts out. Also, if you didn't notice, there's a lot more blood coming out of the Stegosaurus this time around. I already talked about it back in Monster Hunter 1, but for the English release of Monster Hunter 1, they toned down the blood effects like a shit ton. But in this game, they most definitely did not, because, it only ever came out in Japan. So everything gets really fucking bloody whenever I cut it. So expect a shit ton of blood splatters. I've been fucking up my words a lot, haven't I? Yes. Damn, I'm having a hard time talking. Expect a lot of blood in this game. I mean, it is rated M for mature, so the fact that there is, a shit ton of fucking murder in it shouldn't be completely against what you know. Also, monsters tend to run away a lot more frequently now. So, if they know that I'm there to kill them, they'll actually just fuck the hell off. I'm not happy that I have to use the stick again, but I got used to it back in Monster Hunter 1. So, the fact that I still have to use the right stick to attack is, just about normal for me. Also, as with as with games of this era with Monster Hunter, you'll always start out with the fucking sword and shield. Also, the bugs are already here. I love these things. They're so much fun. So much fun to fight these things. But yeah, you'll always start out with just the sword and shield. So if you wanted a different weapon, you're going to have to grind up some money in order to actually get something out of that. Either way, I need to go ahead and check and see how much shit I have. Kill the bug! The nice blood guts. Blood guts? Damn. I'm just having a real hard time speaking. I've been recording a lot today, so sorry if my commentary seems like I'm literally fucking dying while screaming. It's probably because I am. But anyway, we gotta do what we did at the beginning of the first game as well, and that's forage for random dog shit. We're trying to find 5 unique rushrooms. Yes, I love rushrooms. 5 unique mushrooms, which if you remember those from the first game are kind of just the rare mushroom drop that kind of come out of nowhere, but we only need like 5 of them this time around. And, well, I'll say, just like my Monster Hunter 1 Let's Play, I have done kind of like a fake beginning Let's Play on my side, where I pretty much just tested out the game on my own and got through the couple of things just to prepare myself to get used to what we're going to be doing. So if it feels like I kind of know what I'm doing, it's because I've done a couple of tests. But I don't know everything about this game, so that's going to be the fun thing about learning about it. I want to learn a lot about the differences between this game and its predecessor. Either way, we need to find... How much meat do we got? We got 5 raw meat, so we're good on that, but we need 5 unique mushrooms, and we only have 3. We only have 3. Jesus, you're going to stab me, aren't you? Let me jump. Let me jump. But since I'm used to the controls in this game, I already kind of know how to play this game normally. Just keep stabbing the bugs. Bugs are not allowed to live. For some reason, it feels like we're a lot faster in this game with a sword and shield. I don't know if they messed around with like speed functions and all that stuff, but I don't think they really did. I think it's just like I'm so used to how you move in Monster Hunter 1 that not much of a change is going to be seen. I feel like things are much marginally faster. And they're most definitely not. Also, something very interesting is that there's an entire wiki for this game. Like an entire, like, full-blown wiki for Monster Hunter 2, which I will most definitely be making use of throughout this entire Let's Play. So if you're ever wondering where the hell Frozen's getting all of his information, it's from a wiki. Either way, this time around, actually using the bug net to hunt for bugs is actually somewhat useful, since bugs, well, if you remember, are pretty useful in making certain amenities. But if I want to find those royal rhinos that the mission was talking about, I need to go ahead and pick them up here, but I only had 1 bug net, so it was not like we were going to be able to get those royal rhinos. But either way, you don't need to complete every subquest in order to, you know, fully complete a mission. It's just recommended that you do, since you can get a lot more cash out of this stuff. Either way, I just need 1 more unique mushroom, and we'll be done with our first quest already. Let's just hope that we actually get it. Come on, I need 1 more. There we go. And now we're done. Let's go ahead and turn this shit in. We really didn't get to explore the jungle so far, but you'll see it soon. You will see it soon. Either way, I've also been used to like playing this game on emulator, so it does look a little bit worse on like console. Well, on console through an upscaler, because you got to remember I'm doing this through my PS2 upscaler, which means it doesn't look as great, but damn, this game looks really good on an actual CRT. And I know that because I own a CRT. I own a CRT. Therefore, I have experience in that kind of stuff. But yeah, this game looks like really good. Like, this game is way more colorfully vibrant than the original game, so I'm just used to seeing a lot more colors in this. Either way, if you ever want to turn in a sub-quest reward, make sure you turn it in first, because if you turn in the main thing, it'll instantly end the mission. Also, sometimes when you complete quests, you'll go ahead and get new things inside the box. Like they dropped in more first aids, more rations and stuff like that. But since those are all supply missions things, it's not going to be useful. Either way, let's just turn in all my fucking mushrooms. As you can see, when all main items are delivered, the quest will end. It will not be possible to deliver any sub-quest items. So make sure you got everything inserted that you want to go ahead and get inserted before you put in the main shit. So another cool thing is you can just choose how many things you put inside the box, which is really good. Either way, that was the first mission. Breeze is doing pretty good already, though. It's not like this one asked much of her. It's not like I'm going out and killing anything yet, but you know, it could happen. It could happen. Anyway, I'm checking my texts real quick. Somebody said that my commentary reminds them of Freeman's Mind. Interesting choice. I love Freeman's Mind, but I don't think that's what I sound like all that regularly. Either way, what kind of cool shit did I get? I got blue mushrooms, fucking bones, sunrise herbs, and a paintberry already. Lots to have, lots to have. And there's not much of a reward we get here. We get about 400 cash, but you can see all of like the statistics from your mission. If you got certain things, if you sold certain like extra items, or if you got rewards for monsters and all that kind of stuff. Either way, gallery unlocked, the World Exploration Verdant Earth. Pretty cool. You can go back and watch that cutscene we saw at the very beginning of the mission. Yeah, I don't really get what's on the loading screen, but it's very nicely drawn. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it do. Yeah, I'll save my game. Do you think I want to fucking lose progress? I picked up 5 mushrooms, man. That was pretty fucking tough. Except for the fact that it really wasn't. But once you get back to base, you'll usually, like, come in at, like, a different time of day. So now it's nighttime in Jumbo, which means I can go out and do, like, nighttime missions. Either way, I'll go ahead and check in. Also, if you ever want to see what's going down, you can go ahead and, like, usually to progress the, like, story, because this game does have a more of a slight story than Monster Hunter 1, mostly just trying to help out the village. They'll have those, like, little not question mark, but, like, talking boxes to talk to you.
Ah, hello, Hunter. The jungle can be tricky to navigate, but... Oh, what's that? You've already completed the jungle expedition in such a short time that you managed to find your way around the jungle so quickly. You're much more skilled than I thought.
I mean, I did beat the first game, so seems like I'd be at least somewhat good at this one.
Maybe it's too early to say, but I'm already feeling more at ease with you here. Our village may finally get a firm foothold out here. I have so many ideas for this place. See, there are 2 critical things a village needs to succeed. The first is a vision and a hope. I have no shortage of either. I see potential here, and I'll foster that in every way I can. The other thing is a hunter to keep the village safe and materials flowing. Or at least someone with ambitions to become an ace hunter. Given your apparent aptitude, I think our little Jumbo village finally has some potential to become a hub for trade and economic activity.
And the shipwright's just like, yeah, this sounds like a great idea, dude. I want to get invested in the crypto. It's like, no, 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 no.
We have quite a good workshop, too. This is a perfect place to hone your skills as a hunter, don't you think?
I mean, I kind of don't have an option because it's the only place you can go, but sure, I'll say yes.
You don't have to make up your mind just by staying here with us yet, but would you consider staying a bit longer? If your mind is set, could I ask that you collect some materials from the jungle? I'd like to trade them to fund one of my ideas to improve the village. Here, a little something for you. It's not much, I know, but I must thank you for your hard work thus far. I've compiled a list of all the materials we need. Take your time reading it over.
See, so sometimes, like, people will ask for certain items, which is what's going to be used to, like, fund more of the village, which is kind of the item delivery quest. So you just select it and you see what you need out of it. As you can see, it requires 5 blue mushrooms and a Bullfongo pelt, which we didn't even fight a single Bullfongo, so that doesn't work. Delivering these items will prove your worth as a hunter to the chief. I don't have all of them, so I can't even insert them.
Let me know if you need anything anytime.
Either way, I think that was a pretty good start to Monster Hunter 2, so we're going to have to end this episode here. So, this is the beginning of our Monster Hunter 2 Dose Let's Play. I hope it's going to be a fun one, I hope you guys enjoy it, and I will probably have some special guests coming on, depending on what I'm doing per episode. Either way. And before I end this episode, I want to thank all of my YouTube members, including the Disciples of Epsilon, Valric, Amber, and Phoenix. Without you all, this channel wouldn't stay afloat. So thank you for all your support, and I'll see you guys next time.